Hi, my name is Raegan and I live in Normal, Illinois. I go to First Presbyterian Church. This year I am doing something, or I have done something for Lent for the first time ever. But instead of focusing on a sacrifice and something I was going to try to give up, I decided that I wanted to focus on the things that I did have and the things that I was grateful for. It got dubbed Project Appreciation. During Project Appreciation, I sent out individualized messages of appreciation to the people in my life. I really didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. I just thought, this was something nice I could do for people, and it would really, I thought a lot for me, it would help me focus on some things that are great that, we take for granted a lot. And I thought for other people, it would be something that they probably don't hear much, like, hey, I really appreciate you, just out of the blue, unprecipitated by anything. And so I thought I would do, a message or two a day, maybe have about 50 messages by the time Lent was over. But that quickly became a very, very small part of it. It grew way bigger than that pretty quickly. By the end of my first week, I sent out 100 messages. They went to family, they went to friends, they went to coworkers, people I knew through friends that I kind of was friends with, and then at some point I even sent them to people I didn't know. There's a gas station that I go to pretty regularly on my way to work, and the woman who works there almost every morning. I see her pretty much every day that I'm there. And she's always been really polite to me. She'll make small talk, compliment me on what I'm wearing, ask me how my day's going. When I had my arm in a sling, she would ask about it, that sort of thing. And she was just always a kind of a bright 2 minutes of my morning every day. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave one for her. And so I gave her one when I went in one day, and she kind of looked at it with suspicion at first, and was kind of like curious. And then she's like, what is this? I'm like, oh, it's just a little note for you. And I went on and got something to drink, and then as I looked over, she had walked back to the counter and showed it to her coworker. She's like, I'm going to keep this. This means so much to me. And she was like showing it to the people she worked with, and everybody was like smiling and everything. So I really think it made her morning. I ended up sending out 312 messages, and I did a quick count because I kept track of all of them. I'm really glad I decided to do that. And only 13 of them were to people I didn't know personally. So that meant 299 of them went to people that I had some sort of a relationship with. So I've had people who have teared up. I've had people who've hugged me, which took some getting used to. And I've had people who have basically told me that they've decided that they're going to pay it forward and do it themselves. I've had people repost my blogs. Just a little bit of everything. Probably the biggest thing that I've learned as a result of my project is that little things make a big difference. What I'm doing or what I've done is nothing super fancy. It's nothing big. It's nothing hard. It's nothing expensive. Anybody can do it. But nobody does. And I think that's what surprises everybody. Like, they're not used to somebody just randomly telling them how much they're appreciated. And judging by the reactions I've gotten from people, that's really something that's really important to them. Like, it's amazing the reactions that I've gotten, and it's just something that's so small. And so I think the biggest thing I learned is that it doesn't take a lot of time, it doesn't take any money to make a big difference in a person's day, a person's week, a person's month. I've had people respond back to my messages, and the responses they've ranged from everything being as simple as hey, thanks for the message, it really kind of made my day, to revelations like, oh my God, I've been going through such a hard time recently, and you don't know how much this has meant to me. Or messages that were kind of repaying me, I guess, where people would say nice things about me. Like, every day it was almost like Christmas, because I would come home or come to work or check my email or check my mailbox at home, and I would have a new message from somebody, and it was something that I was not expecting to ever happen. You